Hello, everybody. Good evening. Today, I can't remember which episode right now. I think number 9 or number 10. So, we are very, very blessed to have you all to view. And please like and share to your friends, your family. Today, our topic it will be about our special needs children. So, we got a very, very special guest. Her name is called Khairul Zainiza Khairuddin. I call her Miss K, Teacher K, as she is fondly known by her wards, holds a bachelor degree in cinematography from University Malaysia Sarawak. She has over a decade work experience with typical children and children with special needs. Her background and work experience allow her to understand and develop therapy and academic program and strategies customized to the needs to each individual child. She believed in the continuity of strategies across different services in order to ensure consistency and success for the child. She also advocates empowering parents with the knowledge to understand and support the needs of their child. So we will wait for 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Then our special guest will appear in front of you. So we'll wait for 5 minutes. Just tune in and listen to the music. Go to your Facebook and like, share. Okay, see you shortly. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Teacher Mary channel, Copy with Mary. So we are very, very blessed today to have Teacher Kay here and understand what is autism and the early sign. Please kindly share, especially you know that example, you do have friends and family that have special needs children got or suspect got autism. Please let them to join us right now. Okay, when you come in or your friends family that got special needs, it will really really help them out, and at least they will know where to go and how they can actually diagnose. Okay, we will welcome our Teacher K. Welcome, Teacher K.
Hi. Hi.
So
How are you, Miss
yeah,
Mary?
fine, fine, Teacher K. I actually known Teacher K for the past 7 years.
Yes, around that.
Yeah, Teacher K is actually
Uh,
very, very passionate. And if you do have any question, please write in the comments. So at least we can answer in between. Even though you got any question, we will answer you directly because this is dealing with special needs children, autism children. And please ask as many questions because the more question that you ask, the more other parents will also learn. So, Teacher K, I understand that you actually previously worked in autism more than one, not autism special needs, 1 decade, 10 years minimum. So you actually previously also worked in NASOM. So maybe you can actually explain to us what is autism.
okay, actually, autism, if we see, actually, is a complex development disability. Is sign typically you can see during early childhood. So during the communication, social skills, since childhood already, since young, early around 3 months is a good example. If the kid 3 months, 3 months, right, he not spending. We normally keep 3 months baby, right? He can smile to you, can react to smiling, but your kid not smiling. Actually, it's an early sign for the kid for have autism, ASD. Okay, actually because if you see for the kid, autism kid, um, actually it's mostly it's about behavior, social skill, and then he have a spectrum like with the sensory. So this is coming the complex thing because you can see the symptom for the autism kid. Normally the first thing we can see hyperactive. It's a very active person. Okay, you can see even some not okay. Normally the kid like he can jump non-stop. Okay, example can run non-stop. Even can bang the wall, not feel pain. Okay, and then beside that he have short attention span. Like when you call in the name, he just maybe he just blinking the eyes and then he not respond to you. Okay, and then sometimes he acting without thinking. So whatever he do it, he not thinking first what the consequences. Okay, I give example. When he run, he just run, and then for that he don't think he is. When he run, he can bang something, but he just run only. He know only he want do that's one thing only. Okay, and then usually is the unusual mood. Like suddenly he show you the very angry, like tantrum. Okay, so we sometimes like I give example in you go to if you can see the kid like you bring your kid around 3 4 years old. Normally kid want something, he just grab your hand and say, "Mommy, I want something." But for the autism kid, he's shouting, he yelling to grab your attention. Okay, he cannot control the emotion. Okay, and then one thing is actually he's sometimes he reaction for certain sensory like smelling is quite like different with the thing. Like okay, example right, your kid don't like the uh that's certain okay example don't like the how to say the sound, the very loud sound. So even the not he cannot take it that sound. Then some when you switch on the TV right, the sound he cannot take it. But he want to watch the TV, but he cannot take it the sound. It's actually is one of the thing. And then um even the smell, he cannot smell certain thing. Like maybe he's like he when smell the I guess smell the rose right, he don't want. So he react differently. So we can is one of the symptom, the sign for autism kid. So okay normally when kids like that, we can see when starting even 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you can see this one because normally when we can see when he start walking, the first thing when kids start walking is tiptoe like this one. So it's one of the sign for the kid to have autism. Okay, normally
Okay.
if you have
Teacher
okay.
K, I think we need to go a little bit slower. We will
Mm-hmm.
explain one by one. So at least it's like, because even though now they started to ask question, so I think we need to go a little bit slower to let them to really
Okay.
understand how it works and so on. And what I know that currently, last time generation people do not have this. Like example, they diagnose. They do not diagnose that,
Mm,
stated that they will have autism or ADHD and so on. But now what I understand that when you tell me is 1 to 68, one means that 68 kids, one of them will have autism. And honestly,
mm,
what I see is more than that, because I understand that some of them will report and actually accept that they are OKU. So some of the parents will say that, oh no, I will not want my children to be OKU. We will not get the card. So I think later on we will actually talk about it. What's the benefit of getting the card to be OKU, or what's the because many parents refuse or denial to accept their kids is actually special. So, just
okay.
as mentioned, like just now earlier, you actually mentioned more than, I think, 8 types or 10 types that is common autism. So I think we need to
Mm-hmm.
do very, very slowly, one by one, because like example, okay, speech delay. Speech delay, example, you do the
Mm-hmm.
first one, it will be speech delay. So when speech delay, what's the symptom? Normally, how old? I understand that normally 1 years old, they will start to call papa, mama, and so on. But for speech
Mm-hmm.
delay autism kids, can they speak?
Okay, he can communicate with you. Maybe the word is quite okay. You can see, since the kids are 12 years old already, like call you mama, papa, so the word like eat, like simple one. But normally for this kid, he just using gesture or he drag the elder to help him, and then maybe he call your name. He just maybe like he cannot pronounce it properly. You can see, and then some of kid he keep repeating the word, the same thing we call echolalia. If you see the kid like call me mama, is he repeating what you say, call me mama. So this one the sign we can see the speech, because then for the, and then if you see your kid speech only not can not see only he communicate, but how them eat, because it's sometimes his issue is oral motor. Okay, when he eat, right, you can see how he chew the food. Some of the kid that don't like eat porridge until 1 year old, because the kid cannot chew the like chicken, right? Need to peel the chicken, everything. So he cannot. That's why he's developed here. So he cannot open the mouth quite big. Like normally when we see the kid, normally when he says something like mama, he open the mouth properly. Is a normal kid. But then some of them like only like he very limited. Okay, so normally for kid, if you have a speech, you can see development. You see is he has some issue this one, and then some of them are already he copy from the whatever cartoon he watch. Okay, example, I get example of Mickey Mouse. How the Mickey Mouse communicate? He try to copy that thing. The sound like normally right now is YouTube, right? A few cartoons, so he try to copy that thing. When he communicate with not like it's a normal kid. Okay,
O-
and
Okay, okay. So, and Teacher K, and
yes.
what do you want to continue?
Okay, and one thing, right? If you can see for the kid, right? Normally when the kid for the have the speech, right? Specific for autism, actually he don't want really open the mouth to say something. He like use gesture, or he grab your hand, the father and mother, or he show the something he want. He just show the tantrum, yelling or what.
Hmm. So, okay, I understand that you do have non-verbal and verbal. So, is
Yes.
it non-verbal considered as a speech delay also?
Okay, non-verbal we need to see first because some non-verbal need to oromotor therapy. Because for oromotor therapy, actually maybe he not good, he don't have strength in oromotor part. So this one is already speech need. First thing, if you see we have chart for special need is called triangle chart. Is the first thing you need to settle is sensory before we go to speech, before we go to behavior or academic. So we need to settle for the therapy side. Even because some of the issue for I related with the speech, even the issue from the speech, right? So, but he related with optional therapy, oromotor therapy because them actually don't view that this one. Okay, for the uh communicate.
Okay, so it means that example, oral play a very big role. So oral, it means that the jaw, it means that they can't eat hard things. They can't eat hard things, right? Like example, apple, and most of the time they will be drinking milk, and of course later on we do have questions that later on because you got so many symptom that we need to actually explain. So for oral side, I understand that you need not necessarily speech therapy because some of the things that we can see, they can actually read perfectly. They can actually read perfectly. They can actually communicate, but not so much on communicate on. They can read, they can write, no issue. But when they communicate, when asked A, they will answer B. You ask them run, they actually stand. So this is considered speech delay.
Okay. This one for us actually is under we not because we have a speech therapy, so this one is under communication to understand them because right now them actually don't not understand. They need to visual some to them to release that thing. Okay, I give example. What is run? They don't know what is run. If you don't show them first, they can say, okay, I want run. Even I say like some kid like repeating like, oh, I say, I'm sorry, mommy, I'm sorry, but you don't know understand what is sorry. But he keep repeating that thing. So you need to show what is meaning story because it's related like for the speech, right? You say stand, run, everything. Then we show first. That's why we need to support for visual for them to understand what the thing need to do it. Because they're very late with the social skill. So this one to support them. So then cannot give the instruction only verbally. We need to prompt them from start from the picture, action, so all these things.
Okay.
Okay.
So, mhm. Yeah, can continue.
No, no,
Okay.
because for okay.
This is called speech therapy. But how about example, non-verbal? Non-verbal. So
Okay, none.
how can we do? What can we do for non-verbal? Because, like example, the autism kids they do have they maybe they call mama papa. They can say sound, certain
Mhm.
sound, and so on. But how about non-verbal? They still can but but other words they just can't come out.
Okay, for non-verbal autism, right? Normally we have we call system pack. We show the picture for them. Try to them to pronounce as he can to pronounce that thing. But then to understand. Okay, I give example. Eat. Maybe he cannot pronounce eat properly, but maybe the but he still have the sound to tell you what he do it want. Okay, if like because normally them actually them have the sound, not like non-verbal don't have cannot communicate, but he can communicate, but maybe because here this one that I said non-verbal, maybe this one more for oral motor therapy. They need more exercise compared for verbal one. So this one we can have like okay, that's why I say we have system we call system pack. It's a picture to them to communicate with first with the teacher or the parent. So okay, what then okay, he can take the card, okay, I want this one. Okay, I give example. Okay, then for the autism to them even non-verbal everything, under the way, we try to help them to writing. Okay, write something what they want. So he can write. So one of the way to communicate because I have my student actually is we see is like thinking the kid is non-verbal, but actually he's a limited verbal. So he only talk around. He need to talk with you. He told you anything, but he don't want is just keep quiet. We have all these things because all the autism is not same. Some of them very talkative. Some of them like echolalia. Some of them is
Okay.
only two. So if it's a different. Okay, so we need to understand them what they need because normally for them to try to communicate with you, he only can know what them thinking only. Like if you asking the what, where, he can answer you, and when. Sometimes when he cannot answer you, it's the first time. But how and why he cannot thinking because he cannot capture the picture. So normally this one for the speech therapy, right? The speech therapy. Normally we need to build them to understand how to answer why and how. Okay, for them to build all these things. So normally we have a social skill, social story for them to answer how and why. Normally for me, I master it for first for student for answer what, when, and where first. After that, we go to how to make it then clear. Okay, what the answer. That's why then normally we do all this, even verbal and writing.
Just
Uh,
only one speech therapy got so many things already past 10, 15 minutes already.
that's
So got so many things, That's why many parents that
yeah.
I also understand that you need as young age to improve as much as possible. So what's the
Yes,
best
correct.
age? What's the best
Okay.
age to do whatever exercise, jaw exercise, and so on?
Okay, actually, when for me the best is 2 years. Okay, to come in to do already OT and ST to build because I mentioned already before this is the chart one is we first thing is sensory. We need to build for the sensory first before we go to speech, before we go to behavior or academic. If we not settle the optional therapy, the sensory, so we cannot go another stage, especially for the academic side. Because when that's why I said when you use because certain like why certain we say why this kid can go to normal stream mainstream, why my kid cannot. Sometimes we need to see what normally we see how the kid the sensory issue. When we settle that thing, it's okay already to go to step by step to until he can go to academic level.
Hmm. Okay, so it means that example, the sensory means at the jaw. It can be at the jaw, right?
Yeah, sensory make for the oral motor for speech maybe his jaw, maybe he have issue with the touching, smelling, or regarding about the sensory. Okay, because for the balancing, is under for optional therapy. Okay,
Hmm.
so
So,
because then
mhm. So how?
okay,
What's the symptom of sensory? What's the symptom of sensory issue?
okay, I give example. Got some kid like already like touching the wall, everything like something like searching something because maybe he needs something here. He have simulate steaming behavior. So this one we have a few exercise normally or optional therapy. We have a few exercise for them because normally for this kid right, I give example. Them actually cannot sit properly. Always like clapping the hand, clapping the hand, clapping the hand. So normally what the exercise we do is Tabata exercise to reduce their energy. And then we need to have calming. We cannot only like boost the energy only, but we need to have a uh, calm the kid, right? So normally when after we do Tabata around 5 minutes, okay, after that we ask them to draw to make it then calm down back. So because this one actually for sensory, actually for steaming behavior is the issue the kid have clapping hand or like always like do like this one. If you see the hand like this or clapping, so normally we do Tabata. So Tabata because it's more physical. If like the kid that have a sensory like touching everything, we brushing. So normally our OT do brushing for them. Uh, so to the boost back for the skill for the touching part. Okay, because we can see some kid like touching everywhere, everything.
Yeah, and they are very sensitive with material. They are very
Yes.
curious with very material. And one more
Mm.
thing is that I understand that we do have a student previously that even though now he's with us, he got cut. He got cut on his arms, but he do not have feeling. So he do not have feeling and
Yes.
actively bleeding. So what can the parents do?
Okay, normally this one actually is more about sensory. So we need to see how because normally because he not feel the pain. He tried to make it until he pain. So we need to check until what he level he can see. So normally collaborate with OT to find the way to make it him okay to boost back the sensory, especially for touching. Okay, normally we have a few exercise for them. So and then normally we for all these kids, right, we ask the parent to do at home together, because the result on cannot only one side only. Okay, I give example. We have already therapy everything at home, because sometimes the therapy actually is a daily routine one, so need to continue at home. Okay, so normally like brushing everything, we teach normally OT teach to parent to do it. Normally we do after like normally after early morning and before them go to sleep. So we brushing them. So normally the OT teach the parent how to brush everything. But normally for the brushing, for age below 7 years old, we do it. So
Yeah.
after 7 years old, we have another method for them. As I say, like Tabata, maybe jumping, trampoline. So different for the age.
So, and this is sensory. Sensory. Okay, when
Yeah.
early symptom, how can the parents see
Okay, the
that
early
got sensory
symptom.
issue?
Okay, you can see like okay, I give example when your kid right, like picky food, don't eat don't eat like okay the certain texture, right? So actually it's one a sign already, because you don't want chew. And then you can see when you gather with your family, right? He have the same age. He try to be alone, don't want with the kid, or he more attractive with the adult one. Okay, and then he wants something, he just grab your hand. Actually, it's one a sign already. And then normally, when he always like if you see the kid like rocking like this one, 6 months already you can see he rocking the body. Actually one of the sign already autism. So if you can see if you see this one, actually you when because I know the kid, right, below 1 years old, he have 2 years old, he have a regular checkup with the pediatrician, right? So this one you can mention what you can see when your kid development, okay, right, rocking like this. It's not like he tired or what. Actually it's one of the sign the kid have autism. Normally 6 months you can see when he's starting sit right in the chair, everything 6 months, the kid like rocking here, rocking. Actually it's not good. One is the sign already. And then if you
Okay.
see normally when Sosia's kid, yes, I told you when he growing up, he more react with the adult, not the same age. You can
What's
see.
the
And then
reason? What's the reason?
because he don't develop for social kid, he don't understand what the kid, how to mix together with the kid everything. Because adult is a parent, so he wants something, just grab the hand, just pointing here, pointing there only. So normally that if like, and then the toilet training. Normally if you certain age, kid already go to toilet training, can go do on site. But for the autism, we need to train them. You know how to use the toilet properly. So it's a one thing.
Just to let you all know, that Teacher K do have one student that actually 12 years old, and 12 years old uh, autism. Actually, it's normal. He's actually normal. He's not even the autism. So he's actually wearing Pampers up to 12 years old. Within 2 weeks, the team actually train him not to wear Pampers within 2 weeks. This is really amazing, because many of them up to 6 years old, 7 years old, 12 years old, they are still wearing Pampers because they can't control. So how to improve on this? Example, even the normal kids, example. So, but he's normal. Why he actually refused? He still want to wear Pampers when 12 years old.
Okay, regarding that case, right, because he have injured in the war, right, so that time, so normally he wear, because in the hospital we wear Pampers, he's quite comfortable that thing. So the first thing for the reduce of comfortable, that's one for me and my team. Actually we told him, okay, this one toilet. So the one day we try like that time is school is 4 hours, so we reduce 2 hours only to he to wear the Pampers. But yes, this one is a lot of work to do it, to to him to understand toilet what he need to do it. So actually it's like not only me, one person to do, because it's like routine. So every like okay we see okay how many minutes he go to toilet. So we need to do like checklist everything. Okay, until he understand the toilet. Yeah, within 2 weeks, because that time because the father already told me is he have the issue, cannot control already. But I said it's okay, we try our best. So when he understand and then we do exercise and then we understand him the pattern, the toilet one, so he can go to a toilet on himself, and then reduce using the pampers, because actually because it's for that kids actually it's because comfortable using the pampers, because you need no need to go to toilet, everything just okay done. So people change for you, but this one for the boy, me and my team actually arrange him to go to toilet, how to clean up everything, do the own self. But yes, 12 years old is not easy, because that's why I said it's quite difficult for us, because the size everything. And then because we need to children set education, he cannot like open space everything. So but it's okay, we done. We approve for the father within 2 weeks he not wear the pampers. Even we go to outing with for the school one, he not wearing the pampers within around 4 hours, 4 until 5 hours.
Yeah.
So this one actually we can prove for the parent. Actually, it's okay. We need to train him only.
And can be normal kids to, although they don't have any symptom for autism because of the
Mm.
strategy and so on. So people thought that they got actually autism. So this is some of the thing that is not easy to actually see. And motor skill, because normally what we know and so on will be a few symptom that many people is actually having, many kids is autism kids is having, like sensory, speech delay, and now it's actually motor skills. So how do you train the motor skills, and how do we know that the children is actually facing challenges on the motor?
Okay, motor skill actually we can see the gross motor, or okay, I go to gross motor first. The gross motor actually normally the balancing. When he them walk is not like a Tito, I to mention right, Tito. He walk only like only T, right? So this one we need to reduce. So we have a few exercise. Normally OT for optional therapy, we have a few exercise for them to make it like okay, walk in the balancing beam, and then we have a few equipment for them like using the swing to make it then understand what is a balance to the body. Okay, and then for the fine motor, right, I give example for writing. Maybe I say my kid even the whole pencil like this one, like this. So we but normally the first exercise you strengthen for these two finger first. So like exercise normally we do is like rubber band, and then put in the rubber band in the we call the toilet
Toilet
roll.
roll.
Yes. And then using the ask them to pick the bean using the two fingers, so strengthen for the finger first. So even we hang them, the for the we
Monkey
call
bar.
monkey bar. So we hang them for because to strengthen this one for fine motor. Okay, this one for the exercise. So normally even gross motor, fine motor, we have a few exercise for them to strengthen the all these things.
So for motor side, I understand that most of them when they hold pen, they don't hold properly. Example, when they
Yeah.
hold, they will just hold like that. Example, to do coloring, and maybe they write very big words for motor. So how do you improve them? Except the example just now, I understand that when you want them to hold properly, you actually salivate tip their head.
Yeah, because okay, normally we okay for the size for the okay, I give example for the size for the font, right? Normally we okay if normally we make it on self, actually we using cardboard everything, we select ask them to write, and then we normally we have draw the line for them. But using normally we okay use take whatever material to make it them from the big small, so he know already the space. Okay, no, and then we have exercise for them like copying something. So how many minutes them? Okay, I want teacher one you copy this word. for like 5 letter only 30 seconds. So need to follow all these things. So we need to timing them to make it them get used all these things. So we see because some the kid because he's hyper, he want to do something else, so he just faster do it. So we need to discipline them to do all these things. That's why I say a table task because for to drag them to attention, for the attention. So all these exercise. Okay, example for then for the coloring, right? Normally them will like fast to coloring. So we give like the we cannot give like normal drawing paper. So we give the thick one. Normally I give subject for my teacher first. You give the cardboard one, but you wrapping with the white color first. So student do this one, so he not very frustrated. So after that, okay, we change the until he understand this paper how you need to use the how do you color using the drawing paper. Okay, so we need, so because them actually we need to have repeating for the same activity but different method we using. Okay, after this, okay, we move here, move on. Even the instruction from the we fully prompt them, we half, and then we give the verbal instruction. So all these things.
Not
Okay.
easy for special needs teachers. You need to have passion on that. Okay, how about example? We also understand that common symptom is like social skill,
Mm-hmm.
behavior. I think the three things that we will ask, because most of them are actually facing these challenges and they diagnose with social skill, behavior, and even though hyperactive. So how
Okay.
to have this example, we will talk one by one. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
example, social side.
Okay,
What
for
can we
social
see
science,
as a teacher?
okay, for me, right, for social, we cannot like uh how for me I normally I bring them for normal situation, like okay, bring them out, then give them a situation. So before them to understand, normally first thing I already emphasize for my teacher actually is for the social story, you need to explain them where we want to do it, what actually. So when we have the picture, I think make it them more clear how they to read. Can even the even I give example for online class. I know my student actually is online class, but we have every time we repeating the same rule, make it them to understand. Oh, okay, online class I cannot do this one. Okay, online class I need wear what I need to wear, how to using how to ask for annotate button, everything. So repeating to for them for society, even for to answer the question, right? For them to take turn. Normally, them don't have passion to wait another one. Okay, we need to prompt them first. Okay, I call one by one the name. So when I call the name, only that person the answer. If then suddenly got one another student, when the student will call, okay, example, I call Melson, but suddenly Harish to answer that question. I say, Harish, I call whose name? You need to remind them. Even for the normal kid, it's simple. Okay, teacher call their name. Okay, you just only that person only do, but them don't understand. So we need to build all these things. Even like have some topic, right, to them to understand. Okay, for example, for writing, okay, we need to show first the picture for them. Okay, you need to do all these things. Okay, for them to understand. After the clear part, okay, we move on another step. Okay,
Okay.
this one was just here.
Behavior.
Okay, for behavior, right? So normally like I have issue like normally student actually behavior when that's why you see like give example them actually cannot like take the assembly. Before that I have an issue with assembly because then when he go to normal stream, we see this mainstream kid, he like excited. So how to decide? This why I say I not jump them like okay, I throw you there. Okay, you need to sit down and be keep quiet. They don't understand what is keep quiet, sit down, whatever. So I keep making like for to understand for the how to behave actually behavior to behave in the public area during assembly. So I'm thinking, okay, I bring them 10 minutes, five until 10 minutes first session. So make it 1 month to them to understand. Okay, need to stand up, need to sing the national anthem, everything. After I drag for them to understand for the drag the time until they understand 40 minutes you need to be here, what need to do it. Even not only for assembly in the school, but for the normal environment. That's why I normally I emphasize for my teacher to bring them outside to make it to real situation. Okay, because then actually, okay, real situation, how do you, okay, if you go to supermarket, what you need to do it, how to react when the people suddenly purposely ban you or whatever. So what you say, sorry, so all these things. So because normally for this kid, we need to give them to show them to real life, the reality one, so them can react. Because normally for me, if want them adapt themselves a normal environment, we need to bring them from there. We cannot isolate them.
And the one more is actually hyperactive.
Okay,
So
for
how can
hyper,
we reduce their hyperactive?
so that's what the hyper one, right? Normally, if like them have energy, normally for me, for my team, I always emphasize the teacher to ask the parent, if you meet them early morning, what them eat yesterday night, what them doing, everything. Okay, because this one impact for the whole day. So normally we have the hyper one. That's why I say we do the exercise for them. Maybe because I only see one student, okay, come here, 5 minutes, okay, you do the exercise, certain exercise, and you come down to release your energy. Okay, normally I not for the food everything. I very particular. My student, I don't give a sweet chocolate whatever because I don't want to go out for the hyper one. Because when them eat sugar, you can see how them hyper. So because this one, even autism, ADHD is the same thing.
So I think not only children eat sweet will be hyper, adults eat sweet also got a lot of energy. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
So you
I think
can,
yeah, you do have children that actually from here run then run. So so it's like wow, running around everywhere and so on because they need to release their energy. And especially
yes.
honestly, many of the parents working from home, and especially they do have autism kids, special needs kids, and it's not we understand that it's really not easy because the children will be running here, running there, running everywhere and so on. That's why food changes or food intake or reduce the sugar, it reduce rice because rice is glucose. So certain
Yes.
things that definitely need to reduce, you can see their energy lesser. Not say
Yeah.
lesser that don't move, they still move, but
No,
lesser.
still.
Yeah. So they will be tired, then they will be resting. So do they rest? After they are tired,
Okay.
normally they will sleep, right?
Normally when them tired, actually is them actually don't feel tired one. Well, after that, so okay, normally for the student, right, for the activity on the class, normally I emphasize for the even send teacher whatever, you need to add on, especially after break time, you need to add on more physical activity. So them can move here for that. If the student like normally I teach if you face something what because my students some of them is verbal. If you say you feel something not like comfortable, you need to tell teacher. Okay, okay. Like my student, one student, he always have a lot of energy. When he coming teacher, I need to run. So we know he want run. So okay, I say okay, go one run, go one round to run. How you feel? I still want run. So he go to run and that's why okay. After that he come down on set. So he take the brave everything. So it's we see how because some a kid is a different. Some a kid are even the I have the issue. The kids actually when he have a lot of energy, he always roll in the floor because he sick in his sensory. So normally the teacher do the exercise for them for physical, and then after that he brushing for the kid. So we see how the kid because for me, for my experience, I don't see the same autism with the A kid and C kid is the same. No, always a different one. Not be the same. Even behavior, sensory issue, uh, social skill is not be same.
Yeah, got social skill that we know that got one students that actually social skill when see people will be like cartoon like that. Really, like cartoon because he is trying to hide from people. They don't want to see the people and so on. And of course, he actually developed and he start to mix with a small group of friends. So it's a really not an easy task for the teachers to actually bring the boy to actually go to the normal stream. So okay, Kay, I understand that you actually develop from special needs children, autism, ADHD, Asperger example. Maybe we talk about Asperger. So Asperger, what it means by example Asperger, we understand that you also got Asperger children that previously is very close to your heart, even though now you do have Asperger students, and they actually many of them went to normal stream. Maybe you can
Okay.
actually explain about Asperger.
Okay, last time Asperger is under autism, if you know, but right now it's at least standalone because Asperger actually is we only have issue with what you call the same thing is a neurodevelopmental. So the issue, but for the we call for the Asperger normally if mostly is more for behavior. Okay, so we can see the behavior is not really hyper, we call hyper functioning. For the academic side he's quite good everything, but normally he have how to say more for communication and behavior, because he cannot release the angry, especially when they tantrum. So normally for them actually certain them only have issue with since sensory actually is mostly is about behavior. Why he this one? Okay, I give example. I have issue with one student. When he cannot pay attention for this, he will try to. Normally, Asperger, he very good to attract you to find for your attention, drag your attention. So he click during online class. He always blinking the eyes. So people feel irritating. Actually, he try to get your attention. Very smart for our special. So when he get the attention, it's okay. And then he try to again, but no, because this one is one way how he try to communicate with you. So for especially is normally communication and then behavior. When he feel something, he don't know how to control. So that when he tantrum, he throw your the tantrum. So this one part we need OT to calm down in him, how to calm down the self everything. So for Asperger, actually different is mostly is a react for communication and behavior. It's but sensory yes, but certain part is combined with the sensory. Not like autism we have see with the smell every no. Normally for Asperger them actually for understand for this situation everything to answer the WH question is quite good. They understand, but to how to react with the people is one thing because he only know
Yeah,
one way only. I don't know two-way communication. But
yeah, very very.
that's why I said for
I think okay, Asperger. What I know, what I understand that because I saw a few children, it's actually Asperger, and they are really smart. Either they hate themselves or they hate the people around them. So when they hate themselves, they can't control themselves, their emotion, Even
yeah,
though
correct,
we
correct.
do have a student like Teacher K that I know that he's trying to kill himself. Just only 9 years
Mm-hmm.
old. He's trying to jump down from the window. Lucky the window is actually locked, so he just can't control his emotion. So
Yeah.
and sometimes he use words. If I they are very good in strategizing. If I want to beat you, I do not need to beat you. I will call somebody to beat you. So
Mm.
Asperger children are very very smart, and many successful people in the world, if you really Google, okay, you will see many successful people is actually Asperger and multi-billionaire. So they are
Yes,
very
correct.
smart. Yeah, very very smart. They either they hate themselves or they hate other people. So other people, like example, but to be fair to them, because sometimes when they are special and so on, friends will not want to make friend with them. So when they do not want to make friend with them, honestly normal people will feel hurt. Children autism or normal stream or special needs, they still will feel hurt. So sometimes when all the tell your friends outside, please try to accept autism children, special need children. Okay, they will grow, they will be somebody, they will have their own talent to be successful. So, but the main thing is that I understand, Teacher K, that you need to start from young to train to improve. And I also know that, like example, from 1 to 3 years old, their brain is actually developing. The brain different from the normal people. Normal brain is example inside is like that, but their brain inside grow extra. That's why either they are hyperactive. Normal stream will not be active, but they are hyperactive is a little bit bigger. So the best age for them to help them, just now got one question that can they cure? But what I know, they cannot cure, but they can improve.
Yes, correct.
Correct? Okay?
Correct. Yes, correct. Actually, because autism, okay, is already we know it's a neurodevelopmental, so he not cure one, but he can improve the self to make it to understand the surrounding, can adapt the self surrounding. Even the Asperger, autism, even the all these thing ADHD, he can adapt the self because like Asperger, he actually only social skill. He don't know how to like be friend with the people because they say emotional and behavior is mostly is like for the Asperger, like autism. He already reject this one. How to break the reject? We need to know the way how to break the reject. So all these things. Okay, because yes, correct. For the successful people, this come from the Asperger. If you see the company, everything, we have an issue with communication skill, emotion to control the emotion. Okay, all these things. Okay, for me, not cure them, but actually help them to improve in their normal life, be the normal person. He can be the engineer, he can be the doctor, and then can be the one somebody, even the autism or Asperger.
Yeah, audience out there, please tell your friends and families you do have special needs students, start early. Do not need to go to Teacher K's learning center and so on, but go out and shout out the world and tell them, please start early. We do have, because I'm in education also, we do have parents that cannot accept the special needs. They insist to send to normal stream because they thought that they can actually mix with normal stream, they will become normal. But the teachers is actually normal stream. Teachers normal stream teachers is not that they do not know how to handle, because they never learn. Provided they are experienced, they see many of them, then only they learn from there. Only if you want the children to improve, send to special needs centers, send educator. Really, if you want them improve, and the best age to improve is from what age, Teacher K?
Okay, for me, I advise all of okay, for the parent, right? If you see notice since actually from baby, maybe we not notice well, right? From since 2 years old, if you feel like your kid something, please go the right, don't deny that thing. Okay, go to see doctor, psychologist, everything, even child psychiatrist to see your kid development. Okay, because this one for help your kids, not for don't. Okay, it's okay lah. Maybe he don't have a friend, everything. Don't deny this thing. Don't ignore that thing, please. For me.
Yeah, I think many of the people, parents and so on, the ego, then they are worried that how people look at them. Oh, you got special need, is it? And so on. I think to parents out there, if you really got, please go and see pediatrics and diagnose and get a report. At least you know, because when examples, even the Teacher K, when she get the report, she will actually observe, and it will be faster. Not to let the teacher, example, Teacher K will be seeing. If you do not have the report, Teacher K need longer time to actually understand the children. So if you actually can shorten, and I understand that, Teacher K, you actually from special needs in your center, and
Yes.
you transform them to stay in normal stream.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think this is some of the many parents' aim is to go to the normal stream. And how's the transition like? What's the challenges? Why
Okay.
can't a question of why can't they actually go direct to special needs? No, direct to normal stream.
Okay, thank you. The good question. Okay, normally, okay, when he okay do the EIP program team. Normally, EIP program is center is one to one. So maybe the small group one. For the normal, for them actually to that's why I say for them to adapt themselves, we cannot like just go. Okay, I put my kid for mainstream because he like already high functioning everything. Sometimes he cannot adapt. So my program actually even still have academic, then the same time we add on with the therapy. Even for the academic side, we still using the therapy method. Okay, I give example for them to understand. Okay, English. I give example English. I'm for my gifted kid care center, we using IGCSE English. Okay, for even primary level. So for them to understand for WH question, we still using the social story. Actually, it's one part of the ABA therapy to make it them to understand, to answer the question. Okay, to make it the sentence, how to them to mix the words, everything. Because for them, we need to add on for the therapy method for them. Okay, for even the PE, physical education, we still have for them put add on for the PE for the we call the growth for the OT optional therapy, but for gross motor. Okay, like jump everything. What they need to do it. So for this one is actually, and then for them I not put them directly for means for the normal kid. I slowly, like maybe for the first time I make it them mostly mix with the normal kid, even same age, same level for academic with the what call the non-core subject like performing art, music. So making them social side for to communicate with the normal kid. Them can easy how them can see okay how the normal kid communicate everything. After that, I add on another subject to make it them understand more. And then after I feel like them okay already for big group everything, so I move them for the academic. But I see first what the student like it. If the student like it, the subject is science. I put science first. Okay, making and then we normally I explain for the teacher if this one happen, you need to what you need to do it for the kid. So even the kid, I first when before them go to mainstream, I already make it social story with them. Okay, okay next week I give the date time for them. You go this class, you study here there, you sit where. So if you need to have the class, you remember the classroom. I keep reminding what the classroom one until after when we transfer until we confident them very confident them can go to mainstream, so we transfer the student for the mainstream regarding for according the level for academic, because some for them actually for academic no issue, but the social part, okay, to for
Yeah,
social
yeah, that's why many parents will say, "Oh, my kid no issue one, my kid no issue one," so directly sent to the normal stream. Then and honestly, when you got social skill and behavior skill, behavior issue, when you send to normal stream, you know what will happen to the child. First thing, will get bullied from other children.
yes,
Either he will bully the whole class. Example is either way, huh? So, but the
yes,
main thing is, if like that, the first thing is that people will not, the friends will not want to friend him. So indirectly will make him very demotivated and make him to
yes,
want to go to school. That's why this is some of the impact when you send to normal stream. It's not that you need to see the situation and even though go to normal stream, at the end of the day, we recommend them to go to certain therapies. So I think Teacher K, we need to start answer because I think got a lot of things that they will be asking and so on. So we will
yeah,
be
okay,
sharing the question. Hi, okay, so beautiful tonight now. Okay, so let me see. Hi, Aina. Let me see. Hmm, okay, yeah. This is a very, very good question. Okay. Can it be prevented? Example, can it be prevented? Example, I don't want my kid to be autism. I hope that when after delivery, my kid is all normal and so on. So yeah, this is a very good question.
yeah. Actually, for me, right, even a kid is autism, whatever he have a learning disability, whatever disability they have, even normal kid, all of that is a give if the God give you one like give for you. So even got the autism, whatever, but try to accept them first. I cannot see like because right now you say okay because the food intake we always eat the fast food. Maybe some during pregnancy eat the fast food everything. Yes, we can reduce all these things, but if you the kid then for the autism and he please accept them because maybe we don't know he have another talent. Maybe he can be actually whatever. Maybe he can be doctor everything, but to prevent all these things for me normally is a food intake during your pregnancy. Please eat the healthy food and then don't be stressed and then reduce for the screen because for
Yeah,
the screen
very, very
handphone,
true.
yes, even when kid right please below 2 years old, don't give the handphone for them. I really begging for you, because not only can be the for development, because for a lot of kids right now is lazy eyes, because the for the from the screen, right, for the phone.
Yeah, I really believe in that. Lina, I think some of you all haven't get married yet. Some of you all going to get married and you're going to get children. I think the first stage is the screen, because you got frequency. The second thing is that
Correct.
maybe some of the people prevent a lot of things already, but is certain of the parents is actually the gene, huh? The cell, the gene. So this one you can't change, because if you really see last time generation, you do not say autism kids and so on. Hey, why so active? Why can climb up the trees and so on? Because in kampong, example. But sometimes because
Nothing, no
previously
need.
they don't diagnose. In kampong, they don't diagnose. But in the city, a lot of question, a lot of pediatrics, they will be standing and so on. So that's why all these names will start to come out. Of course, US, Western countries develop, but actually, we can actually improve them and make them normal. And many people tend to say, hey, why my son cannot study, become mechanic, example, because they did not diagnose early. Okay, and food intake is very very important, because we got preservative, and we got pesticide in the food. So the pesticide, the veggie, and so on. So honestly, when you are pregnant and so on, please kindly eat very very healthy food. And what I know, one more thing is actually, if you got grandpa, you got your mother, your father taking care of your children, please let your children to crawl. Please let your
Like
children
you.
to crawl. Okay. Reason is because this is motor skill. You try to open up your hand. At home, we can't see you. Open up your hand, and you see the children how they crawl. They open up and they crawl one step like a lizard. Okay. Reason
Mm.
is because all this is motor skill. A lot of grandpa, grandma, because scared, their elbow is black, their knee is black, they prefer to carry the children or the grandchild and so on. So sayang. So what happened is that, but the more they crawl, the better they are for motor skill, the brain development of connection. So this is one, Lina. So okay. So Lucas actually asked, do this type of kids manage to have normal learning?
It's a normal learning.
Yeah.
Um, that's why I say, actually for them, actually you can normal learning, you mean is mainstream, I think, right? Also for them actually can, for the kid, for even autism, ADHD. But that's why I say, first thing, if you see the kid, then need to extra for them actually is need to have the intervention first. So like I say, like sensory behavior society. After that, then can develop them all these things. Then can go to academic level. They can do it for go to learning mainstream for the mainstream, and then can adapt themselves in normal kids.
Hmm. I think Lucas, they can go to normal stream is already proven by Teacher K. They actually from special needs department, they actually transfer to the normal stream, and they are very happy. The parents are very happy and so on, and they are going normal stream nonstop. But need to be a transition. Is a transition. As Teacher K mentioned, they do not direct transfer, because the normal stream teacher is not easy to handle, or they do not know how to handle. So they will transfer one subject at a time. The class teacher will communicate with the class teacher will communicate with the psychologist or the SEN educator. So when they communicate, the normal stream teachers will know what is happening. Okay. So will they have difficulties in learning progression? It's the same thing as Lucas.
Yes, same
They
thing.
can be normal. So not to worry. As long when early diagnosed, then they will improve, not cure. They can actually improve to normal life. Okay. Where is Teacher K Care Center? Okay.
Gifted Care Center, we have in the Subang in HQ, we have in Puchong in Bandar Puteri. Thank you Nija, and Sri Kembangan, Taman Equine.
Okay. Is there any possibility these students recover from this? Will not recover, but
Not
will
recover.
will improve and progress if they can. The younger the age they actually do therapies and so on, they will progress to be normal. So because do have parents that actually when the child is actually 20 years old and ask for help, we really cannot help already because certain things is very rigid, and they need to go to vocational schools. Normally they will go to vocational schools, and I think even though 30 years old they do call to ask for help, but the main thing is that they need to go to vocational. They can't do so much on the academic side. Okay. Oh, Aina said that got a lot of exposure today. Didn't know there are so many different type of cases. Yeah, correct. Lina, doing sports will help them more. Doing sports, is it will help them more?
Actually, for them is yes, for more for because to make it them to, let's say I say activity, right? For them actually for reduce the for energy for physical activity. Actually, like sport, you actually them actually if them know how to control it, them can do the sport everything. Okay, like swimming. I really advise for the parent if you have an autism kid, go to swimming. It's very good swimming.
Hmm. Lucas asked, what can parents do to help their kids? Send to Teacher K.
Okay, actually, what can parent to do to help their kid actually? Okay, normally I actually cooperate with the parent. Whatever the activity at school we do it, we normally advise the parent to do it at home, especially for independent living skill or for them for like if you have like we have certain like for the sensory issue, so for the exercise for them. So normally we work together with the parent.
Yeah, I think very, very important for special needs teachers and also the parents need to work together to improve faster. Huh? Didn't know kids with autism. Okay, need to
Yes,
be
correct.
taught how to go toilet. It depends. Some of them are very good. They already from young go to toilet already. Toilet trainer. But some of them is not. So it depends. That's why Teacher K every time say that every kids autism special needs they are different. They got their strength, they got really their powerful strength. Do okay, very good question. No, Arisha. Okay. Do girls or boys have higher chance of having autism?
Okay, for my experience, actually normally is boy. A lot of boy is autism. But yes, we have case for the girl autism.
Yeah.
Okay, so mostly is a boy.
Based on the survey, is 1 to 4. One girl to 4 boys. So
Yes.
normally the boys, even though the learning center, the gifted kids learning center, Teacher K there, most of them are boys.
I
Okay.
only have two student, girl student, only two.
Two girls only. Yeah. What's the best age to cure autism? Is I think just now Teacher K mentioned is between 2 years old to 10 years. No, I think it's around 6 years old. 10, 7, 8 years old, you need longer time because certain things is very rigid already. So it's
Okay.
between 2 to 6 or 7 is the best. Uh, Teacher sharing was good, a lot of knowledge about autism. Okay. John Lim, how many team members are Teacher K having to operate the care center?
Okay, I have divide the team is like therapy and SEN teacher. So for the SEN teacher, I have around four teachers for academic side. So and then for the therapies, I have optional therapy, I have behavior therapy, speech, and then beside that, for optional therapy, I have two. One is for oral motor therapy. So
Yeah. Do Teacher K Center treat students other than autism?
yes, I have a student ADHD because normally if you see the chart, right, for the similarity for the ADHD and autism, actually is a sensory issue, social skill, and behavior. So I have a student ADHD.
Yeah. Is there a treadmill for the students to run? I think you have a big monkey, what, no, no, jungle gym. Yeah.
Yeah,
Eleven
using my
years.
younger team. So they can jump, can run, jump, run. So monkey, so do the exercise.
Okay, John say that wow, 9 years old. Yes, correct. Actually,
Yeah.
the anxiety and what Teacher K tell me that actually anxiety, 2 years old also got anxiety, or depression. Now the children is very young. Okay, maybe you can actually talk about this. Because normally we can see adults got depression, or anxiety, but now we are hearing that very young age got anxiety, got depression. So how do they actually handle?
Okay, because this one I have one case is actually this early this year I have one student have anxiety. The age already 5 years old got anxiety. I have the report already, so I quite surprised because normally anxiety is normally adult, right? But for this thing, because it's autism, it's a normal because he very like rigid already. He's scared to the try the new thing. So normally this one that's why I said I have a psychology. So we need to trust us first to share whatever them feel in. Okay, then feel like maybe feel like okay why he scared this thing, so them need to share with us. So build first thing, normally for me I build the what called relationship first with the student to make it trust us first. So because this pressure normally like because some parents like very push the kid. So like okay, I want you got A for math. So very pressure him the kid. So normally when we advise the parent, okay, it's okay, make it them try first. Make it for like okay example because the kid we have um problem in the reading. Don't push kid much. Maybe try because for me is it okay we have phonic first, so they understand how to pronounce first. Don't push them because he's 7 years old. You need to know how to read because last time I know how to read. Cannot compare you. Don't be compare you and the kids. Don't compare your kids with another kids because that can pressure for them. So that's why I say. So actually, it's one thing. Normally, my first I communicate with the parent first. So how to for the kid like anxiety for to understand the kid why they can get all this thing, how they can get.
Okay. So I now say, is there more treatment solution? Actually, out there, the best thing is that is the send to therapies, right? Okay.
Yes, the when 2 years old, normally we are sent to OT and speech because the first thing is the OT, which is optional therapy, is under sensory to build back for them need to extra for the sensory for gross motor and fine motor. After that, we because for the all your information for the for them actually we have a triangle. After the therapy for sensory, develop for the sensory, we go to for the speech. After that, we go to behavior. After that, we go to social skill and then academic for all these things. So that's why I said I emphasize for all of you. When you have the kid autism, you see already your kid have different with another kid. You go diagnose everything. As the young 2 years old, you send for the therapy first.
Okay. I think just to let you all know, the challenges is because some of you all are very young, and you do not expect for Teacher K and so on, and for me, right? We see a lot of children that we talk to many parents and so on. We also understand, we also know because we see different children, autism, special needs, and so on. But the challenge is to be fair to the autism children or parents or special needs parents. They got only one kid. Some of them, when after getting one autism kid, they did not get second one. So they do not know what is normal. They thought that this is normal. It's like that. My child is like that. It's okay. But when other people start to tell you example, okay, hey, your kid, maybe you need to see doctor and so on. Please go, because you do not know, or your friends and families do not know, because it's only one child, they cannot compare. Provided the first child is normal, the second child autism, then you can see the difference. Okay, so we see many parents that got only one child because they have that fear of, worried that the second child is also special. But to tell you, we do have parents that got second child but they are normal, so not to worry. Okay.
Don't worry.
And one incident that we'll need to let you all know, that one of the parents came in, actually spoke to us also, Teacher K, and actually me, and the boy was laughing, like that. Okay, and the mom say what? I hate you doing that. What's the answer from the child? Sorry, mommy, I cannot control. Sorry, I can't stop. Immediately we actually ask the teacher, the SEN teacher, to bring the boy out. Immediately we tell the mother, you can't say that. Even the normal kids, when hear you, I hate you doing that, what will they feel? They have emotion, they have feeling. Please treat them fairly and with a lot of love. And Teacher K, I really know her for 7 years. She really got a lot of love towards the children. And the aim of Teacher K is actually to help out the a little bit grown up 10, 18 to 18 years old to get actually a vocational to train them also. To at least, because the biggest challenge for the normals, the parents, right? If they grow up, can they survive? If I die, the parents will be thinking like that. If I die, can they live by themselves? They can, if we train from young. If honestly, if you really learn from this talk, please share to your friends. Okay, please shout out to your friends. Go early treatment therapies to improve the child before it's too late. Every time when I tell the parents, time is not money, money is not time, okay, but for special needs, time is every second count. When you are 10 over years old, 20 years old, we already, Teacher K and our team can't help. Okay, we can't help is because one of the reason is because they are grown up, they are adults. Okay, when they show tantrum or meltdown, the whole team cannot hold. So the younger, the better, they recover faster. Okay, not recover, they actually improve faster. Okay, so Teacher K, any last word that you would like to say?
Okay, for me actually, not only if you have a kid, actually please don't deny for all these things because it's one for the future for the kids. Because them can be somebody one day.
Yeah. I think the last thing that I would like to add, as an educator, of course, the team is getting bigger, and Teacher K whole team will be moving to a bigger building, uh, and that building will be having grass, stepping on the grass, and having some pets and taking care of the pets. They need to have the natural life. Okay, so we Teacher K will actually update the latest news in future, okay, to tell you, and we hope that the hub will be one of the biggest in Malaysia or even Southeast Asia. Okay, and please do not feel that if you got special needs and so on, you feel guilty or you feel, hey, it's a curse. No. Okay, but other countries, like example in Indonesia and so on, they do not know what is autism, and they feel that, hey, why I cannot bomo, is it, why my child like that? Okay, so we are bringing out the education and educating everybody and share what is necessary, okay, to help the children and to help the parents, to help the children and to help the parents, not only the children, but also the parents, because the parents are very, very worried. Okay, please like and share to your friends this video, this Facebook live, and have more children, have and shout out to everybody. Okay, so Kay, anything else?
Okay,
Thank you
for
so much
me,
for coming. Yeah.
thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk tonight. So I hope I can give some input for all of you. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Mary.
Thank you, thank you. So, Teacher K, K, don't go first. Normally, after this one and broadcast, then we will chit chat. Okay. So, thank you very much. Take care. Stay safe. Yeah. Before that, I will be having a talk this Friday under PUMM, the Usahan PUMM. Uh, this Friday at 8:30, but will be in Mandarin and Mandarin and Cantonese and a little bit of English version. So we will be talking about actually special needs. Embrace the special needs children. So embrace them. Okay? Then they will see the light. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much for being in this channel, Copy with Mary and Teacher Mary here. Thank you. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Okay,
Take
thank
care.
you. Goodbye. Thank you.